Ugly truth. Oh, all right. It is time to give you guys the ugly truth. Stephanie's in the studio.
Hello.
How are you?
Somehow I can't hear my voice. There is something in the speaker. Volume up, please.
It's over there. The volume's over there.
Oh, I have to do it by myself?
Yeah, you have to do it by yourself.
Oh, no, okay. Pass.
Pass.
It's okay. But can you hear?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
No problem there.
All right. All right.
So, we've got a lot to talk about today. It looks like we have, our second story is quite complicated, but our first one, let's see here.
By the way, I like your shoes.
Oh, thank you.
Did you get that from digital?
No, my mom sent me these.
Aww. Yeah. My mom is coming.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That means that presents are on their way.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Food from the U.S. as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I miss all the cause I'm not a sweets person, but sometimes you need that.
No, yeah, I'm not a sweets person either, but every once in a while my mom will bring candy that I haven't had in years.
Like American
like
candy.
American candy. So yeah, that I miss sometimes. I know that my cousin, I like cinnamon, and so there's not a lot of cinnamon here in Korea, especially when it comes to candy.
Yeah.
So the last time she was here, she brought me like nothing but every time she went out and she saw something that says cinnamon on it, she bought it for me.
Oh my god.
So I had like
That's so
cinnamon
sweet.
gum and cinnamon lollipops and cinnamon candies, and I don't eat them, but yeah, they're just there.
Cinnamon.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's get into our first story because our first, I don't know how we can handle this one, but
Okay, this is from Malaysia. I don't know how to pronounce this.
yeah, just spell it.
All right, Tiestoycc. Malaysia. I have a gambling problem. Uh-oh. And I don't know how to control it. I just love to gamble. I don't actually gamble to earn money, but for the thrill of it. I take life as a gamble and everything I do is a gamble. I like to take risk. Wow. Maybe I need to find a shrink or something. I really don't know. I know gambling is bad, but I can't stop it. I just love gambling. Okay. Gambling, that word is like,
There's
like
1, 2, 3,
it's like
4,
100.
5. Yeah, there's a lot of gambling problems.
Yes, you do have a gambling problem, but always, house always wins, so.
True. Okay, well, they're in therapy, and I haven't majored in therapy, but I've been to counselors before, and...
You had a gambling problem?
No. But, my dad used to take, he was in AA before, and so, if you see a lot of that for the family as well, they teach you that in therapy, the first thing to overcome an addiction is to acknowledge that you have one. So if you want to get over something, is to acknowledge that you have a problem. So obviously our listener is acknowledging that they have a problem.
Right.
So
like you need help.
Yeah. So our listener is saying that you just like the thrill of it. Now, a couple of years ago, there was a Korean celebrity that ended up showing that he had a gambling problem. And so there was a lot of experts.
There are several.
Which are several. But they say that your brain starts to take on a different shape. So for excessive gamblers and for individuals who love extreme sports, like diving out of planes, jumping off of very
That's crazy
big,
too.
yeah, that kind of stuff. So people who love extreme sports,
Like
people
thrill,
who love gambling, it's that thrill of it. You like when
goodness.
your hands get sweaty. You like it when your pulse gets goes
and your
up.
heart beats fast.
Exactly. But apparently your head starts taking on a different shape where it gets a little bit higher. On the top of your head, it actually starts taking on a different shape because of it.
Like physically? Like
physically.
Really?
Because your body tends to overactivate those particular hormones, and so that particular brain starts to expand more.
Really?
For you to already say that you think you have a gambling problem, so you're not doing it for money, you just do it for the thrill of it. So you just like to, raise the stakes.
Acknowledging it. So
exactly.
So you have a chance to actually fix this problem, but actually gambling is the hardest problem that actually my my friend is not physical therapist. What is that? It's a counselor.
Okay.
And yes, like significant other, all this problem, yes, he can solve it, but gambling somehow the client always goes back.
And that's why a lot of doctors these days have been finding out that it does take
the medication?
Yeah, it takes medication to treat this, because it does become a imbalance in your hormones.
Right.
So your hormones go out of balance because of this. And out of all the addictions, they say that drug addictions and gambling is one that really takes time to do.
Fix.
It's not just something that you can talk about and it'll fix it.
Yeah.
It takes a lot more.
Well, I saw a lot of people lost their house because of the gambling. They bet their the rent money and everything. So
I knew somebody. Actually, there was somebody in the business. He was a choreographer. And
like ballet or just dance?
No, just dance.
Okay.
And what happened was he had, I think at the beginning it wasn't a problem. So it didn't start off as a gambling problem. He felt that he was pretty good at the game of poker.
They start like that.
Yeah, so he thought he was pretty
Everyone
good at poker.
starts like that.
I mean, you play poker, you win a few dollars. And then
you're like, oh, maybe bet
a little bit more. And he was a head choreographer, so he had dancers underneath him.
Okay.
And
the assistant?
He was so whenever he did a show, he got paid, and then he would have to give it to his fellow dancers.
Assistants.
But yeah, they're assistants.
Yeah.
And then what happened was 1 month there was to pay for the practice hall and whatnot.
Okay.
He was a couple of $100 short to pay the fellow assistants.
Okay.
So he wanted to kind of double up the money fast. So what he did was
don't tell me that he went to the...
Yeah, he went to the tables, and so he just thought that he would keep the money that he had aside, and then he would double it up and then stop there. Now, for the first couple of times, it actually worked. He was able to double it up, and then he stopped there, and then he came back home.
Oh.
But then it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so he ended up borrowing money from some
they do that.
So he started he started borrowing money, and from what I understand is if he gets caught, there's a lot of top star celebrities in Korea that would love to have his head on a table.
Oh wow.
So he's a couple $100,000 in debt
couple $100,000
in debt.
That is crazy. So for our listener, please go see a doctor or something like that. No, seriously, like if you enjoy gambling, but you start to, I'm sure that you will start to be addicted because gambling is gamble.
Yeah, gambling is addicting. Now, if you say that you're at home and you start gambling with just peanuts, or you just you don't use money.
Oh my goodness!
Then I think that a casual, having friends over, playing for that kind of stuff, it's okay. But I feel that once it starts getting bigger, so you don't keep it at home, but you start going to casinos, and then you start losing, and you just keep losing, and then you're losing. So, like Stephanie said in the beginning, the house always wins.
If you're not a professional poker player or something like that, it's hard to get the money back.
Even with that though, I don't know how you can become a professional poker player.
Well, because it's math. Poker is math.
True.
But, yeah. it's on, actually it's on air, they show
they do show
people
shows
that
that do
they're
that.
on the table, everything. But for our listener, please you need to fix this problem right now.
Because if it's just because you like gambling in general, then you do have to go see some professional help. For us, we can't give you any help
because you say you love gambling, and we're not professional doctor here, but Ida really gave the real good facts. So
it is really hard to stop gambling.
This is really heavy.
It's hard.
This is like first story, but PDD, seriously.
It's like I don't know
You don't know
how
anything
to do.
about
Especially when it comes to addictions in general. I feel that the media has talked about addiction so much, with celebrities being addicted to drugs or to gambling or to whatever. But it does, I feel, have to do with other things as well. If you feel that you yourself are addicted to something, then try and find something to get your mind off of it. So let's say you like gambling, and that means that you love the thrill of things. How about this? I know that you're going to probably use the same amount of money anyways.
Oh my goodness.
So for our listener, go to an amusement park.
Really?
No, seriously. If this person is loving gambling because of the thrill of it, go to an amusement park. Go on a ride. If you want to get the thrill of something.
I think that's a different kind of thrill, don't you?
But it could bring the same effects. Hands, the excitement.
Yeah, why don't you try that?
I'm not expert, so
but
when it comes to that, I'm trying to think that when you gamble, something similar, something extreme, or go bungee jumping, or go skydiving. Try something a little bit different that will be a little bit more
if you
active.
If you do some kind of active sport or exercise or whatever, it will kind of bring you outside of that little like a cage, like in your brain. So. Yeah, going to casino, instead of going to casino, go to amusement park.
Yeah, if you're gonna break the same amount of money, then why not?
Why not?
All right, well, what we're gonna do is take a quick song break. Our second story is really gonna be hard to explain. I think that Stephanie's gonna have a mouthful.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll try and help you guys with that in just a little bit. But in the meantime, we've got Song Ji-eun and Bang Yeon-guk on the track with Crazy 미친 거니. We'll see you guys after this. All right.
Crazy.
Okay, so we've got a very interesting.
It's long story, so everyone needs to focus. So,
yeah.
All right. IDSYAIIRAA is from Singapore. Hello, 언니들. Well, I've had a crush on this guy, D, for a long time. I've been liking him from afar. But there's this girl, T, who keeps talking about him. I've told her before that I kind of like D, and guess what? She told me she likes him too. D and me are far away, as in he is currently studying overseas in Korea, and we don't really know each other personally. While T is closer to D in a way that they are closer friends and is studying overseas in the same country as well. So, of course, that it's something that I envy, as she is nearer and has a better chance with him. Besides D, T also likes another guy. Let's call him C. And she keeps telling people about how much she likes them, and she always boasts about hanging out or meeting them. I think D kind of knows that T likes him, but he doesn't do anything about it. So I assume he doesn't feel the same about her. But she especially likes to post and mention about D to me, almost as if it's on purpose. So I'm wondering, why is she being like this? What do you guys think? And also, I'm not sure what to do with my crush on D. Any advice?
First question. He doesn't feel the same about her? I don't think so. Second question.
She is.
So why is she being like this? Because she is a big capital B.
Baby.
A big capital B.
Seriously, grow up.
Okay, so I don't know how old you guys
Did you
are.
just throw the pencil?
I dropped my pencil. I don't know how old she is, but she needs to
Whatever.
grow up.
Seriously.
She needs to grow up. And number 2, okay, to have a crush on a guy, obviously all girls around him is going to be enemy.
That's frenemy.
True.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But they're not your friend.
true. I just have to say that right now, she's not your true friend.
No, seriously.
No, she's not a friend at all.
She's
No.
just being, yeah.
She's being a bit
like,
Nah. Oh my goodness, if my show was not censored, oh my goodness, I would have a beep. Yeah. So,
this is crazy. Okay,
yeah, she's not your friend. I say do not talk to her anymore. Do not consider her to be a friend.
She will be like this
forever.
Forever.
And if you think that she knows, okay, so you said that you think she likes another guy, but she distinctly wants to talk to you about Deep, who you like, then that means she's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, of course she is doing it on purpose.
Yeah, she thinks that she's better than you in whatever way, shape, or form.
And she's like closer to
yeah,
Deep.
and she's closer to him,
bragging about
and
it.
you are not there. So you're not there. They are studying together, and so obviously that means that she's rubbing it in your face.
Yeah, and you don't know that what will happen between them. So,
yeah, don't.
No. Seriously, you'll get hurt.
Yeah. With your crush on the dude, though, you know what, though? To not know that person and to kind of have a crush on them, you know, to have a crush on somebody is very healthy. So I don't think it's a bad thing to do. I would say, though, to take it slow, especially since you don't see they're far away.
That's always the biggest problem.
Yeah, long distance relationships don't work.
Yeah, it's hard.
No, they don't work. They don't work. You're still not with the dude that you were on a long distance relationship with.
Yeah, true.
See?
But yes, they don't work.
They don't work. They don't work. Unless both of you are monks, which is not going to be the case, then
monks. Oh man,
it's not. They don't work.
Yeah,
somebody doesn't trust somebody else. So, no, they do not.
It's
work.
not a good idea.
Yeah. But to like him, I'd say go for it. And I think that you never know. After a year now, you might start liking him. If he comes back to where you are, you guys might be able to spark up a relationship.
Yeah, life, you never know.
Yeah, but I'd have to say that just to be safe. I know this might be hard, but I say cut contact with D and T altogether.
And they will wondering about, that what happened to our listener, and they would be like, they will talk to her.
Well, I don't think she should even talk to them. I think that she should just end the relationship with both of them.
That's a good idea, actually.
I mean, because think about it. Obviously,
for us, we can say it easily, but I know it'll be hard.
I know it's hard.
Yes, for our personal view. Seriously, no, you have to end it up.
Because we were talking about friendship last week, and we talked about how Stephanie and I both have had those girlfriends that, just
because of the relationship with the guy, there's always a problem.
There's always a problem, and I was talking about my friends as well.
And girls, why? Why?
Exactly. I know that there are some guys like that, but I've found out recently there's a lot more girls that tend to be very greedy when it comes to guys and like relationships and who they like.
Girls, they were being like this forever.
Exactly. So I think that
this is
play
so
it
bothering
safe.
me. This is just.
You know what Stephanie said when she walked into the studio? She's like, if this was my friend and we could actually meet up with these people, I'd probably be doing something to T that I shouldn't be doing.
Seriously, like, come to Korea, meet me.
I think she can go beat her up a little bit. Show her the way to be friends.
I don't like Why? No, are you guys like in a elementary school, something like that?
Earlier, we were talking about roller coasters with gambling, and one of our listeners, Helen, says, interesting takes on detouring the gambling addiction to carnival rides. When you really think about it, it doesn't sound silly at all. Roller coaster therapy, unless you're addicted to roller coasters, we might suggest you take up gambling. Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
So...
Or go bungee jumping, or go...
Yeah, you will actually feel the thrill.
Yeah. Or, guess what? All you need to do is be a stuntman.
Okay.
Be a stuntman. If you're addicted to roller coasters, become a stuntman.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, you know, like, Hajuan, she was, like, jumping into cars and, like, jumping off a building and stuff like that.
You can actually, die.
We don't want anybody to die. But anyways.
It's a dangerous job.
Exactly. It's a very dangerous job. So back to our story. Overall, our listener from Singapore, my advice, forget about D and T together.
It's our advice.
That's just my advice.
Yeah.
The reason is because, so, this is the situation that I'll give you. Let's say T and D never end up dating, but you still have feelings for D, and T starts dating C. So let's say it all works out. You feel that, okay, it's couple, T's going out with C, and then you are going out with D or whatever.
Yeah, like, that's clean.
No, because even then, you're always going to remember that T liked D at a time, and whenever she looks at him, you're going to be like, what?
No, you have to lose that if you want to be in a relationship.
Exactly.
But it's hard. I know.
It's hard to do, and I feel that if T has been rubbing it in her face this much, then I feel that just drop it, because I know that she's going to always do this.
Oh, she will do that. Yeah.
I was just looking at something online. If you started a relationship with that partner cheating on their significant other with you, so if you were the other girl and he left her for you, your relationship is also going to end by him leaving you for somebody else.
It's same it's same thing.
And I feel
they'll do the same.
And I think their friends are the same way. Because if T is doing this now, she's not going to change.
Yeah, she'll do this.
So let's say
like
to our listener, if you start liking not D but somebody else, say, oh, you know what? I think C's pretty is pretty good looking too.
Poor C.
whoever he is.
C.
But then she's probably going to be like, no, I like him. There are people in this world that constantly want to have something that somebody else has. My cousins did this when I was younger. They were like, I want a popsicle, so we give them a popsicle, and then I have a different flavor, and they're like, no, I want donuts. I'm just like, okay, they have it. They're like, no, I want mine again. I'm just like, okay,
they're
have
kids.
it.
They're kids.
But they're kids. They grow
it's
out of this
understandable.
phase.
Yeah. But this is a relationship, actually, and friendship. It's sensitive part. So you actually have to make a move. Seriously. Yep.
So,
actually, I want to see any like a message or advice from our listeners.
Well, our message board does take a little bit of a time because we do have a lag on our message board because our broadcasting goes out a little bit later. But we'll take a quick song break, and then we're gonna come back, and then we will
review.
We'll review, because I think we're probably gonna have some messages in. My advice in overall, but to SYAIIRAA from Singapore, I say dump them both.
Yeah.
So your crush, just leave it as a crush and move on. And then that girl that you say is supposed to be your friend, drop her because she's not a true friend.
Yeah, she's not true. You have to realize that.
I know it's going to be hard to say goodbye, but I think it's the best thing to do. We're going to take a quick song break, and then what we're going to do is we're going to look at some other messages. Our last message is actually quite cute. So what we're going to do is listen to Teen Top, and I think that probably our listener wants D to say this.
Oh, man.
By Teen Top, and we'll see you guys after this.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We have Stephanie in the studio.
Please. Anyone?
And
any message from Miguel?
He wants to marry you, by the way.
I know. I saw the message.
All right. We have a last message for today.
All right.
It's quite cute.
It is cute. All right, from Philippines. Hello, Anise. Niece. That's
A
cute.
niece.
A niece.
My undies.
I need your help. I'm doing good at school. Do all I have to do for my family and my friends. Just one thing. I hold off all this work until deadline. Whenever I have a plan with my friends, I'm the one who shows up lately. Even homework, I calculate how much time I have left for the homework, and then starts my homework in very, very last minutes. I tried to do my homework early, but I couldn't focus until the last minute. I never thought of myself in that way, but everyone started calling me lazy. I hate people calling me lazy.
Sorry, hon, but I think you are.
Yeah. Couldn't focus because you're not ready to do it. So yes, you are a little bit kinda a lazy UI, but
Yeah.
I was like that too when I was young. I was having serious problem because of this laziness. But I fixed this problem when I live by myself.
Yeah, a lot
This is when I live with my family, my mom or the housekeeper, whatever, someone did it for me. So I do, but yeah. When you live by yourself, you have to do yourself.
Yeah, I've over the years.
You start yourself.
Yeah, I've been living by myself for a while, and I mean, I noticed that the house doesn't clean itself. Like when I was living in dorms, I had people cook and clean for me. My mom comes and does it for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, these days, if I don't run the vacuum, nobody's gonna run it for me. If I don't clean the fridge out, nobody's gonna do it for me. I'm not the cleanest person. I will admit that I wait until dust starts building up and then I start cleaning. But other than that,
It's okay. You cook.
Yeah, I do cook. When it comes to the kitchen, I like being in the kitchen and
I
like doing
love to be in
things.
kitchen.
But I'd have to say that when it comes to work, like your homework and stuff like that, waiting for the last minute, I think it's because you're a little bit younger, you can do this.
Yeah.
Once you start getting into college, you're
College or in the
real life, you can't do that. You can
Otherwise
only
you
do
can get a
that up
job.
until high school. The reason is because the work becomes impossible to push off. So I think that naturally that's going to be something that will be fixed as soon as you start getting older.
So you don't have to worry
about
too
that.
much. Too
but
much.
time-wise, sorry to use this word, I hate people who are late. And people who make a habit of being late is something that shows
Trustworthy.
yeah, trust issues come up. And in jobs, it becomes a habit. Now, you think that now that, you tend to time yourself, but in the end, work and stuff like that, it's always good to be early. I try to make it a habit to be at least 30 minutes to an hour early because you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. And especially when it comes to contract.
So as you get older, I feel that the only thing you have to worry about now is time management when it comes to meeting people. Everything else is going to fix itself. Because trust me, when you're in high school, even up into college, nobody can. Of course you're lazy.
No one.
Of course you're lazy. Of course you're lazy. Duh, you have people doing it for
okay.
you.
For now, enjoy your laziness.
Yeah, enjoy the laziness now. To talk about T&D, Joanna says,
All
I
right.
agree. Please try your best to forget about T&D. It's the best thing to do. We support you. You can do it.
Yay.
It'll take a lot of effort, but work on it and you can accomplish it no matter what. Fighting. Much love from Joanna.
Wow.
Then we have Tang saying, I think Isak and Stephanie are making a very good point about forgetting the two of them. Not like it's going to be the last friend you will ever make. And why bother making yourself go through the pain if indeed they become together? But when Isak said long distance relationships don't work, my heart sank a little. Why?
It's not. Ida. Say it again. Say it again.
What?
Sometimes it works.
No, I mean, in my perspective, it just doesn't work. So that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I tell you guys this, it's my own personal opinion. What I've seen, just long distance don't work. And if it works, it works. I mean, there are the few, like, one couple out of a billion.
You can start, long distance relationship. It's hard, but if that relationship works, you will get together. You guys will meet together or somehow. Otherwise, how are you gonna get married?
Yeah, true. Sarah,
So
who
sometimes
was our listener for our second story about T&D, she answered.
Oh!
We're in our early 20s, so yeah, I have to say that T is childish. I don't really like T, but yeah, we've been friends for so long, it's kind of hard. But yes, I would definitely take your advice into consideration.
Wow.
I've been waiting to cut contact, but I needed that final push to know if it was the right decision, so thank you so much.
Wow! Bravo! Woohoo! Yay!
And deadlines. Tang says everybody does that, so that's not a problem. So see, Tang's been working in the real world for years now, and he still does it. And Lillian is saying that you are very adorable.
Out of nowhere.
You're very adorable.
Thank you.
And Helen says, really love the intensity with which you tackled the second problem. Totally laid it out with straight up reactions. I was like, oh, dang, they're going off. I hope it helped the listener, and it looks like it has. So I'm glad that we were able to help our listener for today.
I feel so good right now.
Because we were honest and they accepted it.
Yay.
But yeah, I think that we have been getting a lot of different a variety of questions and messages, which I'm glad that we have. But we do need a lot more messages as well. It can be very serious, like the stuff that we were talking about earlier
Like
about gambling. We can't really give you guys the head-on advice, but we can be here for support. So for our listeners, especially in our first message, to admit that you have a gambling problem and to do that on air, because our listeners are from around the world. We have billions of listeners from around the world. To put that on the airwaves and to say that you really want to do something about it, it's a first step for you, and you know that you have a support system through us.
But if you really need help, yes, you need to go
to the doctor. But for our second one, obviously, we got our listener from Singapore who gave us a message who says thank you.
I'm so glad they're actually listening and like putting up
your response.
Yeah.
And for our last listener, like I said, we all do this.
Yeah, I'm lazy too. So, you know what? You start to like this word. Lazy. Just do it. Okay, I am lazy. Just do it put it in that way.
Enjoy
you don't have to be obsessed with that.
Tang says college now is forever procrastinating. In college, I managed to graduate without a problem. I didn't top the class, obviously, but that has never been my aim. So yeah, don't get too concerned. Most importantly, you are always aware that you have to work and you get it done and push through it. So I think that is the biggest thing. And like I said, to push things to the end, I do it too. Like my laundry, I'll push it to the end and then I'll do laundry.
I was like that too.
Yeah, with the dust in the house, I'll wait until there's a little fine line of dust, and then I'll run the vacuum. He's like, oh, yeah, I think I need to, or I'll wait till somebody comes over. If somebody comes over, she's like, okay, I need to clean the house. I need to clean the house.
So I was like, oh, Ida, your house is so clean.
I'm just like, I just cleaned it for you.
It's like, right now.
Yeah, like right before you got here, I threw away the last piece of paper that I needed to.
Yeah, so do not worry.
When it comes to procrastination, unless you're like my aunt and my mom, I think that you're okay. Unless you're a perfectionist, like I know some people are, I think you're going to be okay with that. And like Stephanie says, especially when somebody calls you something. We talked about anti-fans yesterday. You know what, though? When it comes to anti-fans, and I told you guys of how to deal with it and how some celebrities deal with it, I told you guys how I dealt with it, and if somebody says that I've gained some weight, and I have, then I agree with it.
Yeah,
I have gained
agree
weight.
with it.
If I didn't do the laundry today and somebody calls me lazy, since I didn't do the laundry, technically I am.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you do it for me?
Why don't you come over here and do it for me?
Yeah, just do it.
But when it comes to people saying stuff like that, even when my mom starts nagging at me, I've learned to...
I love your mom.
I learned to deal with the nagging, and the reason is because she's forever going to do it, and it's never going to go away, so how am I supposed to deal with it?
Just deal with it.
Just acknowledge it. My mom says, why didn't you clean the house? Sorry.
All right.
I will.
Yeah.
Arguing
is not a good
arguing
idea.
Is never going to happen. So, you're not a lazy person. Trust me, everybody does this. Everybody
You just don't
this.
like that word, but you just have to just put it, like, you have to just throw it away.
All right, so David is the one that sent in the gambling message. I really love the Ugly Truth segment. It's awesome. And yes, you girls are really good. I actually stopped gambling for some time already. But with the words that you gave earlier, I'm sure I can make it. And I'll be able to control my addiction. Thank you, girls. I love you. Well, thank you, David, for opening up about your problem and also acknowledging it. And good.
That was a response?
Yeah, that was a response.
Oh,
and so,
thank you.
I'm glad that you have been able to make it sometime without gambling. And trust me, you can do it more. And
there's so cute.
You can do so much more. So don't worry, we have a support system here on the show.
Oh, yes.
Don't forget to send in more Ugly Truth messages. We love the diversity, so keep them coming.
I like the stories, too.
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to have to say goodbye, though. Speaking of being lazy. Here, this is what somebody did about being lazy. They titled the name of their team Lazy Bone.
Oh, my gosh.
And they are the king of being lazy. Chiga Kwang is what we're going to be listening to as our last track for today.
All right.
We'll see Stephanie next week, and we'll see you listeners tomorrow, same time, same place. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.